So, TechRaiser AWS, let's build live again. Not on Tuesday, 7:30, but on Monday, because tomorrow on Tuesday, the AWS user group Hanover is live with Malte and me, and this is streamed on Twitch TV/AWS_user group _Hanover. So today I will add something to my CloudWatch dashboard, which we do not have. I will make a little catch up for the HoneyCode, for the project, and for the connection, and then I've added something to the Lambda. What we have built the last time, I will show you. We have HoneyCode, and this is the AWS no code or low code region. I have to adjust a little bit on that, so it's better. This is the AWS no or low code environment. I've created a project with a project table, a status table, and something other. So the last time I had not had any. Yes, just wanted to check whether sound is there. Status table and customer table, and HoneyCode created a project app for that, so we can see our projects here. We have an overview of how many states of the projects are closed, which are 2. Now we have to make a connection to an AWS account, and after you make the general connection, you can get data from a single screen. And if we have something like a status screen here, which is the overview, states closed overview here, then we have a little context menu here where you get some data. This data we can get with the Lambda function. So we have HoneyCode here. So this is HoneyCode with the app, and then we have the AWS part where we have a Lambda function, and the Lambda function gets the state of the closed projects. So how do we do that? Looking at the Lambda function, we use the parameters, the app screen, screen ID, and workbook, and this is directly taken from this. So workbook ID AB5C6, workbook ID AB5C6, and then we have a normal AWS SDK call, because we creating here a client for AWS HoneyCode and then get screen data for that. After that, okay, we have the data, but in AWS it's good to have a dashboard, and this is done with CloudFormation. So going further, we use a metric, and this is a CloudWatch metric, and these are the numbers and percentages and so on. You get when you start an instance, you have the CPU load and so on. These are metrics, can be just numbers or strings or something else. So usually Lambda would have to make an API call in CloudWatch, but there's a easier way to do that. AWS parses the log output and generates metrics from that. And to use that, there is a project called AWS-embedded-metrics, and you can just use it in your Lambda function. So if we do not use the CloudWatch API, we can use the embedded metrics, and then Lambda usually creates a log stream embedded metrics writes on the log stream, and this will automatically create a CloudWatch metric. You do not believe this? Okay, I'll show you. We have the metrics here. We get the number of the closed projects, and this is Sting because of HoneyCode, haha. And then we just set the namespace, put the dimension, and put the metric. One thing to notice, if we have a metric with unit count, this mustn't be a string, it has to be a number. So how do we test that? If we go into our Lambda function, we do a test, and then we get number 2, and number 2 should be the number of the closed projects. Yeah, it is. So after that, we have a metric, and the metrics seen here, we switch to CloudWatch, have metrics, and I want to leave. We have a new namespace here, HoneyCode, and this namespace is directly taken from here. So now we expect a metric closed. Let's have a look whether we have a metric closed. We have a metric name closed with strange additional dimensions, but we can graph that in a widget. So if we use metrics in CloudWatch, we can show them as lines, as numbers, or stacked area, and with statistics you can have an average, and I deleted one project which with stayed closed an hour ago, and so the average went down from 3 to 2.5, but that does not make any sense, so we go to maximum. It does make more sense. So we have 3 here and 2 here, and we could change the axis to 0. But I just want to see the number of closed projects. So after that, you can say, okay, this is my status board of projects. State project closed. And you generate a dashboard with that. Add to dashboard, create a dashboard, and that could be HoneyCode manual. We'll create it. Widget type, preview, add to dashboard, and after that you can use the dashboard. Save it again, and then we have here the dashboards. So we have our HoneyCode, we have our state, we have a Lambda function with a metric, the log string, and a CloudWatch metric. What we now want to have is a dashboard, and a widget on that. So large dashboard and a small widget with the number. So we have seen that. Okay, here. This is we want to have the manual widget, and now I want to create the widget programmatically with a program. So this is my Lambda function, and as usual in the lib directory we have the stack for that, and I have the function, the policy from the function to get HoneyCode data, and a rule to invoke the Lambda function each 15 minutes. And this is the reason why. If we look at the widget and we have it as line or stacked area, we have entries each 15 minutes, so that the dashboard is automatically updated. So we have done this with manually, and now we want to create these resources with the CDK to automate it. So CDK should create that thing. So how to do this? We create a dashboard, and we need AWS CloudWatch as an import here. I've put here dashboard version 3 because otherwise it gets not updated. After you created the dashboard, that would be an empty dashboard, you create a metric with a namespace and the name itself and the dimensions for that. And last thing is to put both things together. The metrics put into the widget and the widget added to the dashboard. That's all to create a dashboard. How do we deploy that? Usually the last time we just deployed it with CDK deploy, but now there's a new guy in town. It's the construct, pipeline construct from the CDK. What does this do? I've created at aws-block.de a blog post how to use the CDK pipeline construct, and we have to do a few things to make it working. At first you have to recreate your bootstrap, so the bootstrapping has a new format. Here is shown how you can search your old bucket. You can do it just with the console and delete it, and after that you tell the system, okay, export CDK new bootstrap equals 1, and do the bootstrap again, but add an execution policy. And after that there are not only a bucket is created, but also some roles, an asset repository, and so on. So then you have your usual payload here, our Lambda function, the metric, the dashboard, and so on. And you have the pipeline itself. So all these things, so the resources for that should be just a summary. And this is wrapped into, and we use another for that. This is wrapped into a pipeline. So what does the pipeline do? I will show you. You do not directly deploy the CloudFormation, but you have a repository. So when I say it's not dashboard version 3 but 4 anymore, I have to look, no errors, okay. Then I say, okay, I add the file, I commit the file. Oh no, it's a dashboard version. New dashboard version, and push it to the repository which I have configured. And that's all I'm doing at my laptop. So what is going on now? We have a pipeline which is created with the construct, and in a short period of time we should see that this pipeline, yeah, it starts, because it the push creates an event, and the event is taken for the pipeline. At first the source is checked out, then we have the build, then we have an update pipeline, assets, and then deployment to dev. So these different stages, what does that mean? The source just gets the source, put it to an S3 so that the containers can use it. The build is a CDK build. If we look at the details for the build stage, then we see, okay, we have an ARN and so on, and we have build details. And we have an image, a code build image, and the main thing is the build spec, and this is what steps are executed in this stage. And what is executed? CDK synth, so CDK synthesizes the CloudFormation. So this is the build. The next step is the update pipeline. And if we look at the details of update pipeline, it also code build standard image, and here CDK deploy is done with require approval never, so that it's automatically done, and verbose for errors. So this was the build. Then the pipeline is updated, and this is a funny thing. We have the resources and we have the pipeline. The resources, I call it the payload, is my stack which I want to deploy, and then we have the environment which deploys the resources, which usually should be my laptop, my TDY, and now the Docker container from CodeBuild. And so you can alter the Docker containers, and maybe you want to deploy in another account. This is the dev account, and I can add a stage for the prod account. Or you want to change the size of the image or something like that. And then you have the resources itself. And the build pipeline updates both. First the pipeline, and after that the program itself. So we update the pipeline, and the next step is, if we have assets like our index.js from the Lambda, they also have to be deployed for that. And the last thing is that we really create the cloud formation. So we have the X cloud formation, which is the honeyfunk stack with the dev stage. This is the pipeline, and this is the dev stage. And this should be updated in just a moment. This is in progress. Have a look at the details. Oh, these are the details of the pipeline change. Now I wanted to look at the details of the stage. And this is cloud formation. So, and when this is done, then we shall see that we do not have a v3, but our version 4 of the dashboard. And you see, the pipeline takes some time, but it's better. It's not good for fast creation of resources or rapid prototyping. But the main thing is that everything is done automatically. Each change in the code is committed to the repository. So the protocol is there, the log is there. And then we can deploy to additional stages. So then it takes again some time, progress, but this, look at the details here. We have the template, roles, and a few policies and so on. And here we have our Lambda function. So we're done. Version 3. And now we have version 4. So that's it for today. We have created metrics from the HoneyCode project, created a dashboard with that manually, and after that in the Lambda code, and created the CDK CI/CD pipeline, and have looked at the pipeline. And if you want to know how to create the pipeline, in my blog post we have also the source code on GitHub, and this is on github.com/TechRaiser CDK templates. And here we have this is the manual code pipeline. This is from yesterday, the CDK pipeline. And there you can have an example for the pipeline. So, and the last thing is, okay, we have the connection between the project and the Lambda, but we want to test it. So we have here 2 closed projects. And if we look at the CloudWatch Metrics, we have 2. And after that, okay, we just alter it I think, yeah, we delete the Umbrella Corp project, and then we have one closed project. And we look, the number stays the same. Why is that? This is because the Lambda has to be invoked to get the data, and this is done via CloudWatch rules or cron, or we can do it manually. We have two here, make a new test, and we only have one. So that's it for today. We have created the Lambda metrics from the HoneyCode app, CloudWatch Metrics with the log stream and the embedded metrics, created a dashboard and a widget, and have shown the CDK pipeline with the resources. And next time I will try to create this little program, which took me 15 minutes, the third time only 10, with Amplify, and this shall take more than 15 minutes. But we'll see. Okay, thank you for watching. Till next time, bye.